All right, Corbett's Corner on a Monday. So this is what I'm trying to do here. Matt Curtis and I'm Dylan Corbett. Corbett's Corner, more conversational. We're always betting every single day, and there's going to be betting analysis here. But for the plays, it's going to be more to Corbett's. This is the more conversational Corbett's Corner between Matt and myself. I'll be inviting different voices on this as well. Maybe like a Monday, Wednesday, Friday kind of deal there for the more long-form podcast. So the Bears, this was an interesting game to me. Of course, they're 3-0, 3-0 quarterback change. Matt Cruzen, your resident Bears expert and fan. How did you see this game? I made the comment. I was watching Foles early. I watched about the first half and was following it, and it looked like he was check down Charlie. He ended up having stats all right on paper, but the what was it? He finished with 5.5 yards per attempt total, and he threw it 42 times. That's scary to me. Colts look legit. Might have to buy some stock in them, especially that defense, but essentially the Bears lose. Were they favored in that? I can't remember, but the Bears, they dropped their first game to the Colts. How did you see this one?
Yeah, no, they were 3-point dogs, so
Okay.
the line was obviously right. Ugly game, just crappy game all the way around. Foles did not look good. Really, this game boils down to one thing, and it was third down on both sides of the ball. Bears couldn't convert a third down and sustain drives, and on the other hand, the defense couldn't get off the field. Defense didn't play bad, but too many third down conversions they allowed. Phillip Rivers throwing it like that and still
Yeah,
completing pass after pass.
crazy.
It makes no sense, but he did enough to win, and he honestly looks really comfortable in Indianapolis, kind of rejuvenated a little bit. That defense is legit, but is it? That's now 4-0 for them, and they've yet to play a good team. They now have wins over the Bears, the Vikings, and oh no, they're not even 4-0. They're 3-1 because they lost to Jacksonville.
Right.
Still don't know what to think of them. Bears, interesting short week coming up. We'll learn a lot about them on Thursday night when they bounce back.
So that's what I wanted to get to is you alluded to this. You were selling some Bears stock because they had faced the Falcons, the Giants, and the Lions. You lose to the Colts, and you're well aware, I'll just give it to the public here. You got the Panthers, the Rams on the road, the Saints at home, Titans on the road, Vikings at home, at the Packers. This is the gauntlet here. What is it? Foles going forward, Trubisky on the sideline. He's saying, wait, I could do this and maybe we have a shot. What's the quarterback situation? And you were already selling high on this team. What's your confidence after this week and then moving forward?
Definitely don't feel any better now. We knew the quarterback change was coming from Trubisky to Foles, and you saw why against the Falcons, but we saw why yesterday, why Trubisky won the job to begin with, because it's not like Foles is clearly better. It's a conversation at a minimum. Going forward, he gets to start again this week. You can't play. It's not a carousel. It's not a merry-go-round. You can't keep going back and forth. You give him this week. If he's horrible again, and you talk about it, but he for sure starts this week. Like I said, I don't feel great about him because you have too many question marks there on offense in general. Defense is not what it was 2 years ago when the defense won the division.
Right.
They're not that good. They're still a top 10 defense, but they're not as good as they used to. Ask me the same question on Friday because, like I said, if they bounce back and beat the Buccaneers on Thursday, then I feel great on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
But if they lose, like I suspect, I think that line's at 5.5 right now in favor of Bucks. If they lose and they're 3-2, then yeah, I still don't feel good.
Interesting. Yeah, let's move forward to a game and a team that probably is raising some red flags themselves, the Cowboys. You were on the Cowboys here. I was on the Browns. Two teams that were trying to prove themselves. It was a prove-it game. It was a heck of a game. Browns were blowing them out. OBJ finally had his coming-out party. I'm still not sold on the Browns. I had thought it was more of a fade on the Cowboys for me, so I cashed that Cleveland bet. They almost, crapped it away there at the end. The offense is there. We know for over 500 passing yards for Dak. The offense is there for the Cowboys. They don't have a defense. I don't like McCarthy. That's just my opinion. But I actually think the schedule lines up for them to maybe do some things in a terrible NFC East. That's kind of what's giving maybe some Cowboys fans some hope is that, hey, well, the rest of our division is entirely crap as well. Cleveland, I've still got some question marks. I still think this was just a game where they tore apart susceptible defense. So I took Cleveland there. How did you see this game? You're watching it live. It looked like it was Cleveland all the way, and then Dallas made it a game in the fourth quarter. Really entertaining game, but what do you think about both these teams going forward? I believe the Browns are 3-1, and now the Cowboys obviously only with one win against the Falcons, and the losses piling up.
Yeah, so I was obviously on them yesterday, and Cowboys made me look like an idiot. But the one silver lining was that I'm sitting there watching my under 10 Cowboys wins ticket just completely racking up
Silver lining.
value and more value because they stink. They're terrible.
Yeah.
They pay their quarterback, they pay their running back, they pay their wide receiver, they pay one middle linebacker. You know who else they didn't pay? The rest of the team. They can't stop anyone. I actually kind of like this Cleveland team. I love
Yeah.
Kevin Stefanski coming over from Minnesota. He was the one who got Minnesota on track offensively last year with the power running game. Dalvin Cook, explosive. He's literally why Dalvin Cook got paid to an extent. They're doing that here in Cleveland. Nick Chubb just goes on IR, but they still have Kareem Hunt. Uh, if Baker can control, manage the game a little bit like he has been, run the ball, their defense is We don't know enough about it still, but I kind of like Cleveland going forward, especially with 7 playoff teams.
Yeah, they look good. My only worry is the AFC North is the Steelers look pretty good. So if the Browns, tough schedule, but I think if they keep playing like they do, Myles Garrett is a game wrecker. That he is incredible. All right, let's wrap up with the team that you've been high on from the start, and I'm just in awe watching them. I made this analysis in the offseason that if Josh Allen can take that, I believe it's the third-year leap that Lamar Jackson did, he's going to be scary. And I think that the NFL, the most popular MVP bet was Josh Allen, if I wasn't mistaken. So those guys are looking pretty good right now because he's looking legit. He's accurate. He's throwing downfield. Still the decision-making when he's lateraling behind him. I love that intensity about him, that gamesmanship, but you can't be doing that in a playoff game. We've seen him make some questionable moves there. So he's really coming into his own. The Bills, I was not a Sean McDermott guy, but that defense plays. And I think even McDermott, just the way he is scheming up how to use Josh Allen is brilliant. Bills are rolling undefeated. They take care of Las Vegas, who I think have some question marks themselves and a crap AFC West. Bills look good. You're feeling good about your preseason play there on them to win the AFC East, are you not?
Yeah, I love that. Where that ticket is now, I expect New England will be 2-2 after tonight, so that's a 2-game lead, and
Watch out for Hoyer.
that's a big. I think the points are okay. 0 chance they win. Yeah, no, like you said, we kind of the bet that it was with Allen making this jump in mind is kind of what you expected, hoped for, is what you looked for at least. The defense is good. It has been good for a few years. Good coach, McDermott. He knows what he's doing. And it's still one of the worst divisions in football, has been for the last 20 years outside of the Patriots. So yeah, I think they're in contention for that 2 or 3 seed, honestly.
Yeah, definitely. It's been exciting. The AFC is loaded with those young quarterbacks. All right, before we wrap up Corbett's Corner here on a Monday, come on. I give them no chance. I'm going to watch them and, yell at my projector the entire time. What do you say, Matt? Do you give them any chance? 6? That's the line. Oh, my goodness. I couldn't pull myself to pull them. Sharps keep going back to ATL. They're covering, but they're blowing games, so I'm just staying away watching as a fan. How do you see it? What are the points too much? I'm high on Green Bay too, and do you give the Falcons any chance?
I actually do give them a chance tonight. I've seen Green Bay play poorly in primetime before against Detroit at least once, maybe twice the last couple of years. I don't even know if they lost those games, but I know they were close, came down to the wire. Still no Adams for Green Bay, and now no Allen
That's
Lazard.
key. Yeah.
We know Atlanta can score. Get a fluke play here, get a fluke play there, return a kick, block a punt. Anything can happen. I do think they can keep it close. I really do. Because this is the one that everyone thinks they get blown out. So far, the
Right.
story's been blowing lead after lead after lead, like to new heights. It's incredible what they can do. So now everyone thinks they're actually playing a good team. They get ran off the field. I think they keep it close.
I know exactly what's going to happen. I'm not going to bet them. All of a sudden, Falcons up 21. I live bet them, and then they lose money and lose the game somehow. He's Matt Cruz, and I'm Dylan Corbett. That's Monday Night Football tonight. This is Corbett's Corner. We've also got the Patriots-Chiefs game kicking off before that. I believe it's 6 Central that one kicks off. So exciting time. This is a big sports week, so keep it locked here. Subscribe. Appreciate just Dylan Corbett on YouTube. I've got old family members saying, does that mean that we have to give you money? No, it is not like a subscription, to your Optimum cable company. Just subscribe, and that gets you all the info. Corbett's Corner. We appreciate it. Take care.